Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Color Me Bad Lynn, back with a share of some amazing fragrances just in time for spring. So I have a mini collection of Alfred Sung fragrances, and I want to come on and share my favorite ones out of the collection. But before we get into that, I want to welcome you to my channel. Again, I am Color Me Bad Lynn. If you've never seen any of my videos before, briefly we talk about the fragrances that are in my collection, those that are sent to me, and samples, gifts, etc., etc., etc. We also talk about natural skincare. We talk about makeup. We'll talk about all types of hair and fashion, all things beauty. We'll also talk a little bit about love, relationships, romance, and dating, and family issues, and most importantly, faith. So if any of those subjects and topics are of interest to you, keep on watching. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to share, I think, 4 or 5 of Alfred Sung's fragrances that are in my collection that are my absolute favorites, okay? So the first one we're going to share is the original. And what I think I did, yeah. Okay, so this one is the original. This is Sung by Alfred Sung. And all of the fragrances that we're going to share today, they are all floral fragrances. Again, perfect for spring and summer. And really, you can wear these fragrances all year round, because I actually wear this particular fragrance in the wintertime. I did this past winter, and it performed beautifully for me. But this particular fragrance here, again, is Sung by Alfred Sung. It is so gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is, again, a floral fragrance for women. This was launched back in 1986. If you like a little bit of frangipani, hyacinth, lily of the valley, absolutely gorgeous, ladies. So this is my first fragrance on my spring collection from Alfred Sung. And a lot of these are oldies but goodies. But I will always keep these in my collection. I've worn all of these scents throughout the years, on and off, for probably the last 25 years, maybe 30. For a couple of them, I can remember a couple of them I had back when I was really young. But I will always keep these in my collection. They are extremely affordable, and you cannot tell. They are top quality. I can't tell you exactly how long they're going to last on you, but I normally try to layer these where they actually last long on me. I know for sure there's probably maybe 2 of them that don't last very long, but the quality of fragrance that they provide is undeniably well. These are beautiful fragrances. So I'll bring it a little bit closer so you guys can see that one. That's my first one. And you know what I always say, if you don't have a fragrance in your collection that I share with you guys, get you some. It is absolutely gorgeous. The second fragrance on the list that I want to share with you guys, and this is one of my actual favorites. I always mispronounce this. I don't know if it's she or shy, but I love this. So we'll just call it the Blue Teardrop. Here's the bottle here. Isn't this beautiful? And I've worn this fragrance on and off for, and when I say years, I can't remember the first time I got this fragrance. I think it was launched back in 2000. Yeah, this was launched back in 2000. So this has a beautiful leather note in it. You can't tell, but it's so smooth and it's so sensuous. This is so gorgeous. It's aquatic, but it is definitely a floral fragrance. It has a note in it called Lily Rice. And it's just something, I don't have anything else like this in my collection. It lasts all day. On me, it does. But even with that, the quality is just second to none. And again, this is She or Shy by Alfred Sung. And I just call it the Blue Teardrop. I got a little bit of juice missing out of this one. I think I've maybe worn it maybe once or twice within the last 2 or 3 years or so. Okay. All right, and then my next fragrance, I probably should have saved this one for last, but I've shared this before. This one is absolutely gorgeous. It's called Jewel. And as you can see, I've used quite a bit of the fragrance on that one. I've got a little bit of a dent on this one. This fragrance, if you've never smelled this, this is gorgeous. It's just something different about it. It's got a little bit of coconut milk in it. It's got neroli, black currant, This one was launched, I think, back in 2005, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't smelled this in a while. It's really, really gorgeous. You do have to be careful with this one if you don't have like an actual fragrance casing or shelving, like I keep this one on, because it can kind of get knocked off. If you can kind of see, there's a little bit of imbalance in it. It's a nice sturdy stand, but you probably want to sit it in front of something so that it doesn't get knocked over, because it will fall if someone walks past it, or anything can happen to your bottle. So you do want to be careful with this one. When I do place this one in my shelving, which I just took it out of there maybe about an hour ago, I have a fragrance that sits in behind it, and then one in front of it, and two on the sides of it, so it doesn't get knocked over. But I absolutely love this fragrance. If you love black currant, if you love neroli, which I absolutely love, it is so gorgeous. It really, really is. It's a hidden gem. You don't hear a whole lot of people talking about it, but I thought I'd come on and share it because Alfred Sung is one of my favorite design houses for fragrances. I don't know if they've come out with anything lately within the last 10, 20 years, but this is gorgeous, ladies. So if you don't have this and you love those fragrance notes, the black currant does give a little bit of a syrupy note to it, so it is extremely sweet, but it's not overly sweet and it's not cloying. This is another one that you could wear not just in the spring or the summer, but you could actually wear this in the winter time as well. But this for me would be a springtime, kind of a cool rainy day type of a fragrance. It's absolutely gorgeous. So if you don't have this one, you may want to think about adding Jewel by Alfred Sung to your collection. All right. Next up on the list is one, and I think this one, either this one or Sung by Alfred Sung, was probably one of my first fragrances from his collection, and this will always be one of my faves. The last time I tried to wear this fragrance, I don't know if it's been reformulated, but the last time I tried to wear this fragrance, it didn't rub me the right way. And like I said, it depends on what kind of mood you're in when you spray your fragrances out. It still smelled like what I remembered it, but it just wasn't, it didn't give me that vibe that I was looking for, that I remember from back in the day. But it is so beautiful. It can be a little bit cloying. It is extremely strong and powerful. This one actually was launched back in 1997. So this one has probably been around a little bit longer than some of the other ones. So this is one of the fragrances out of Alfred Sung's design house that was launched after the original Sung, maybe a few years after that. Okay. Really pretty fragrance. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. You got tangerine, that's a powerful note. You got cinnamon, that's a powerful note in this fragrance. It's so pretty. It's so soft. It's got a silky, satin, smooth finish to it. Once it dries down, you'll get that creaminess to it. It dries down a little bit powdery, but not a baby powder smell. It just has a really clean, soft finish to it, and I really love this fragrance. Now today it smells really good to me. So like I said, it just depends on the day. It depends on how your nose is working, and things of that nature. But this is so beautiful. I'll bring the bottle in a little bit closer again for you. If you love those types of fruity, florally notes, it's a little bit sparkling, but not too much. So I'm willing to bet that there's a little bit of a champagne note in this fragrance. It doesn't list it in the notes. But they never list all of the actual notes that are inside of the fragrances that we adore, but it's got that sparkly note to it. Yes, this is good. And what's funny is after I did a little bit of research on these fragrances and I saw that pineapple was in it, now I can actually smell the pineapple in the fragrance. This is so good, guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely. So if you don't have this in your collection and you're looking for something extremely affordable that is a fruity floral fragrance that will last, you can take this from work to date night to late night. It is really a beautiful fragrance, especially in time for spring. All right. And I think we have just one left on the list. Now this one was probably, I can't remember which one of these was like my very first Alfred Sung fragrance, but it was definitely late 90s, early 2000s. I know that for sure. And this one is Forever. It was launched back in 1995. I'll bring it in a little bit closer for you. I think those are just air pocket bubbles that are moving around in there. I hope there's no floaties in my fragrance. You know, that does happen to fragrances sometimes, so hopefully that's not what that is. But I don't wear this fragrance. I kind of play around with this fragrance a little bit. This was another one that when I re-added this to my collection about 2.5, 3 years ago, when I sprayed out on it, it didn't give me that same vibe that I remembered when I had this years and years ago, and I couldn't figure out what it was. Here, let's spray a little bit out and see what we get. We'll let it die down a little bit. So if you love rose, it is definitely a highly scented rose. It also has tayberry in it and a little bit of tangerine. And it has plum in it. And I'm a person that plum has to be done just right for me in order for me to like it. And not so much for me to like it because I love all fruity fragrances or fruity floral fragrances. But sometimes plum, sometimes grapefruit and strawberry, some fruit fragrances that are mixed in with florals, depending on what else they're mixed in with, can turn a little tart on my skin. And again, it just depends on our body chemistries. And so that's the reason why that's not normally one of my favorite notes. But this is so good. And once it dies down, it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's like the combination of the smell of like a brand new baby doll with a little bit of sugar on top, a dab of honey. It's so good. Now today I can stand it. I don't know if the day that I actually played around with this fragrance or the couple times that I played around with it, like I said, I don't know, maybe it could have been my sinuses may have been acting up that day. A lot of things could have played into me saying, we'll sit this on the shelf. So the dent in this is not from me wearing this. It's probably from me doing reviews on it and just spraying out on it to make sure that my fragrance isn't rancid. Because, you know, you always want to check your fragrances and rotate them if you don't wear them often to make sure that they're still good quality, because you may want to resell them or gift them away or wear them for yourself. And you don't want to spray on a rancid fragrance. But this is so gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. All of these fragrances kind of remind me of a special celebration fragrance. Like if you're just the it girl for the day, whether it's like a birthday celebration or an anniversary celebration, and things of that nature, it kind of reminds me of that type of symbolism. It gives you the vibe of just, I'm the only girl wearing this. Nobody's going to guess what I'm wearing. And I paid under $30 for it. That's what these give me. And no one will ever know. And because they're so old and been on the market so long, some of them have been discontinued. But you can find these on places like Amazon, Mercari, I think, maybe even eBay for a little of nothing. These fragrances are very, very inexpensive. But the quality is still way up there, just like they were launched the day before yesterday. So I highly recommend adding those fragrances to your collection. Or if you're looking or shopping for new fragrances for your spring and summer collection and you want to get more than one fragrance and you don't want to spend $300, $400, and $500 on a bottle, those are really, really good selections and choices that you can actually choose from. And I do want to share some more fragrances that they have in their collection that I kind of wrote down that some of them I didn't even know about. They have one called Pure Moment. There's one called Ma. There's one called Sunny Day Mist, Paradise, Shah, Encore, Bay, Bijou, Joya, and then Sung Spa. If you guys love collecting Alfred Sung fragrances, make sure you comment below or send me an email and let me know what your favorite ones are and how you like to pair them with your different lotions and body creams or oils during the summer and spring months. I would love to hear how you rock your Alfred Sung fragrances. We'll exchange notes. That's what we're here for, right? I also want to share my tea of the day. I had to give Mr. Coffee up. I've drank just a little bit too much coffee in the last week or so. This is AHMAD tea, and I've shared my love for AHMAD teas before. This is the energy tea. It's absolutely good. I've got like about a teaspoon of real lemon juice. I didn't feel like squeezing the lemon, so I just put some real lemon juice in it. And I'll show you the tea bag. I absolutely love these teas. They are non-caffeinated. And this is an energy grapefruit matte. and guarana seed. And this is AHMAD tea from London. And this is vitamin B6. I needed a little energy today. So if you're looking for a really good all natural tea, I absolutely love AHMAD teas. And I've done a review on those. And I'll come on and I'll share with you guys what I love to drink during the spring and summer months for my teas. With my agave, if I put a sweetener in there. But there's no sugar, no honey in this. This is just straight tea. I like 2 tea bags because I like to taste the flavor of my tea, and 100% lemon juice. And normally I will squeeze a lemon or a lime in my tea, but I was being a little lazy. But I just want to share with you guys what I was sipping on. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate the love and the support that our channel is getting. I want to welcome all of my new subscribers. Welcome. We're almost at 100. I'm super excited about that, and I'm going to come on and try to thank all of my subscribers one at a time. I'll do the best that I can. Some of the accounts that are private, I can't see you, and so I won't be able to give you a shout out. But once we hit 100, I am going to come on and celebrate for 2 seconds, okay? So I just want to make you aware of that. You know, it gets a little loud and crazy over here sometimes. Sometimes I get a little bit too excited. So again, I want to thank you guys for watching. This is Color Me Bad Lynn saying bye for now. Remember, Alfred Sung, perfect fragrances for springtime. Perfect, extremely affordable. Get you some. Bye.